Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar launches Nagar Van scheme on occasion of World Environment Day. Says the thumb rule is that if we protect nature, the nature protects us. Scheme aims to develop 200 urban forests across the country in the next 5 years. President, Vice President and Prime Minister greet people on the World Environment Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reiterates the pledge to preserve planet's rich biodiversity, exhorts leaving an even better planet for the coming generations. The government issues guidelines for opening up religious places, hotels, restaurants, and shopping malls from Monday. Guidelines contain preventive measures to contain the spread of COVID-19. India launches brochure outlining priorities for its campaign for elected seat on UN Security Council elections on 17 June. India's approach to be guided by 5 S's, that is Samman, Samvad, Sahyog, Shanti and Samriddhi, as set out by Prime Minister Modi. Supreme Court seeks a response from Centre on capping of treatment costs of COVID-19 in private hospitals. Petition demands fixing an upper limit on the costs, matter to be heard again after a week. Air India to begin booking for 75 additional flights to US and Canada shortly. Vande Bharat mission brings back over 1 lakh Indians through 454 flights. INS Jalashwa to sail from Maldives for Tamil Nadu on board. Active COVID-19 cases in India rise to 1,10,960 with 1,09,461 recoveries and 6,348 fatalities. Global cases continue to spiral up with over 66.5 lakh cases and nearly 4 lakh fatalities. And government launches My Life, My Yoga contest ahead of the International Yoga Day to attract more people towards yoga. People to share their 3-minute video practicing and explaining benefits of yoga on MyGov. This year's celebrations to be digital without physical yoga events. Hello, you're watching DD News and I'm Preeti presenting the bulletin. Our top story first. In a bid to promote awareness about environmental protection, World Environment Day is being celebrated every year on June 5th. The theme for this year is Celebrate Biodiversity. To mark the occasion, Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar, today launched Nagar Van. Now, this is the scheme to create urban forests in 200 corporation cities.
On the occasion of World Environment Day, India has launched an ambitious project to create urban forest cover that will act as green lungs in 200 cities across the country. In a virtual celebration ceremony, the Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar, launched the Nagar One or the Urban Forest Scheme with 200 corporations and cities across India. Speaking on the occasion, the minister urged people to actively participate in the scheme and increase the tree cover in their areas. He said there is a need to increase the forest cover in urban areas to create and enhance their lung capacities. The minister also laid emphasis on the need of biodiversity conservation and stressed upon the importance of developing urban forests in the city.
We have forest in rural areas, but not much forest in urban areas. And therefore, we have introduced the scheme of urban forest. And we have decided to launch our Nagar One program, urban forest program, in 200 corporation cities of India. We started in Pune in 2015, and that is the model for improving the forest, urban forest in 200 cities. ये जन आंदोलन होगा और इसलिए सबको साथ आकर काम करने का मैं अपील करता हूँ.
Speaking on the occasion, the Minister of State for Environment, Babul Supriyo, emphasized on tree plantation and soil moisture conservation works as a core strategy for biodiversity conservation in the country. He emphasized that everyone has to work collectively to address the problems of soil degradation and reduce water flow in the river basins.
We all grew up in our childhood getting warnings from our mothers when we did something wrong. I think the nature today, under the pandemic and whatever we are going through in the world, what we are fighting together, is a nature's call, is a planet, mother planet, letting us know that we all need to be more careful and the efforts need to be more concerted to ensure that we take care of this planet in the manner that it should be.
A brochure depicting people's participation in urban forestation was also launched on the occasion. The minister also planted a sapling to mark the occasion. The theme for the year 2020 is Celebrate Biodiversity. Biodiversity is vital for survival of all the life forms on this planet and a key to provide biodiversity in the urban areas as well. Urban forest is the best way to bridge this gap. With Bureau Inputs, Tapas Bhattacharya's report, DD News, Delhi.
Extending greetings, President Ramnath Kovind tweeted, and I quote him, "The day reminds us to appreciate interconnectedness of all the living beings. Our ancient wisdom taught us to protect biodiversity and conserve the environment. We remain committed to join hands with other nations to ensure a greener planet for posterity." Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu extended his greetings too. He said, and I quote him, "Let there be a new beginning on this World Environment Day. Together we can secure the well-being of the people and the planet." In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, and I quote him, "We reiterate our pledge to preserve our planet's rich biodiversity. Let us collectively do whatever possible to ensure the flora and fauna with whom we share the earth thrive. May we leave an even better planet for the coming generations." And Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared a video on World Environment Day.
लॉकडाउन के दौरान पिछले कुछ हफ्तों में जीवन की रफ्तार थोड़ी धीमी जरूर हुई है, लेकिन इससे हमें अपने आसपास प्रकृति की समृद्ध विविधता को, जैव विविधता को करीब से देखने का अवसर भी मिला है। आज कितने ही ऐसे पक्षी जो प्रदूषण और शोर शराबे में ओझल हो गए थे, सालों बाद उनकी आवाज को लोग अपने घरों में सुन रहे हैं। अनेक जगहों से जानवरों के उन्मुक्त विचरण की खबरें भी आ रही हैं। मेरी तरह आपने भी सोशल मीडिया में जरूर इन बातों को देखा होगा, पढ़ा होगा। बहुत लोग कह रहे हैं, लिख रहे हैं, तस्वीरें साझा कर रहे हैं कि वो अपने घर से दूर दूर पहाड़ियां देख पा रहे हैं, दूर दूर जलती हुई रोशनी देख रहे हैं। इन तस्वीरों को देखकर कई लोगों के मन में ये संकल्प उठा होगा, क्या हम उन दृश्यों को ऐसे ही बना रह सकते हैं? इन तस्वीरों ने लोगों को प्रकृति के लिए कुछ करने की प्रेरणा भी दी है। नदियां सदा स्वच्छ रहें, पशु पक्षियों को भी खुलकर जीने का हक मिले, आसमान भी साफ सुथरा हो, इसके लिए हम प्रकृति के साथ तालमेल बिठाकर जीवन जीने की प्रेरणा ले सकते हैं।
And on this special day, Environment Minister took part in a plantation activity. And in the occasion of World Environment Day today, Union Minister for Minority Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi planted saplings at his residence. He reiterated the pledge to preserve planet's rich biodiversity and to protect the environment, planet and the people.
विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस के अवसर पर सभी लोग अपने यहाँ वृक्षारोपण भी करें और पर्यावरण के संरक्षण, पर्यावरण की सुरक्षा के लिए जो भी उपाय अपने स्तर पर लोग कर सकते हैं उन्हें करना चाहिए, क्योंकि आज जिस तरह की चुनौतियां पूरे विश्व के सामने हैं, उन चुनौतियों को हम परास्त कर सकते हैं इसी पर्यावरण के संरक्षण के संकल्प के साथ।
On the World Environment Day today and his birthday, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath planted saplings of wood apple, that is bale, and rudraksha. The Chief Minister said that we should abide by the rules of Mother Nature because there is no life without nature. He reiterated that the government has been working tirelessly for tree plantation and prioritizing the Save Ganga mission. He added that this year the government targets a plantation of 30 crore saplings in Uttar Pradesh. Sports Ministry's flagship program Fit India is joining hands with the Department of School Education and Literacy of the Ministry of Human Resource Development to launch a series of special films promoting 10 indigenous sports of India under the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative. The series is aimed at creating awareness about not just the indigenous games but also the culture and heritage of the states to which these games belong. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat aims to create awareness among youngsters about the culture and heritage of the states across India, and this initiative aims to further that effort. Now, these special films have been customized for school-going children to make them aware of the history and heritage of the state from which a game emanates, the particular sport as well as how it is played. The 10 episodes can be watched from Monday to Friday, that is June 8th to June 19th at 11 a.m. on Fit India YouTube page and the Ministry of HRD digital platforms. The short films have been curated in a manner to highlight and bring forth the origin, progress and other key aspects of each sport. The 10 sports to be covered in the series are Kho-Kho, Gatka, Kalaripattu, Malikamp, Thangta, Skei, Kabaddi, roll ball, tug of war and shooting ball. Now, the indigenous sports of India cover a mix of very old sports, for example, Kalaripayattu, and some as recent as roll ball, which have gained a lot of popularity and are now being played in at least 50 countries spread over 5 continents.
अपने देश के कुछ ऐतिहासिक खेल जो करते हैं एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत का नारा बुलंद। देखिए भारत के इंडिजिनस स्पोर्ट्स और चलिए एक रोचक सफर पर हमारे साथ। इंडिजिनस स्पोर्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया कमिंग सून।
As part of the centre's phased-wise reopening, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued the standard operating procedure to facilitate the reopening of hotels, restaurants and other hospitality services. However, hospitality units in containment zones will continue to remain closed. The SOP issued has also advised children below 10 years and people above 65 years of age to stay home. The SOP mandates the use of face covers and masks and strictly prohibits spitting. It has also advised the installation and the use of Arogya Setu app. Furthermore, only asymptomatic staff and guests shall be allowed in the premises, preferably separate entry and exit gates for guests, staff and goods and supplies shall be organized. Now, the number of people in the elevator shall be restricted, duly maintaining social distancing norms. Effective and frequent sanitation within the premises shall be maintained, with particular focus on laboratories, drinking and hand washing areas. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on Thursday issued guidelines for opening of religious places, hotels, restaurants and hospitality services and also shopping malls from 8th of June. The standard operating procedures issued on preventing measures to contain spread of COVID-19. The ministry has advised people over 65 years of age, pregnant women and children under 10 to stay at home. Now, as per the SOPs, all religious places shall also ensure that entrances will have mandatory hand hygiene and thermal screening provisions, and only asymptomatic persons shall be allowed in the premises. Any shops, stalls, cafeterias, etc. outside and within the premises shall follow social distancing norms. Large gatherings and congregations continue to be prohibited. It also said that community kitchens should follow physical distancing norms while preparing and distributing food. Also, frequent cleaning and disinfection of the religious places must be done. Religious places in containment zones were not allowed to open and they will remain shut. Only those outside the containment zones will be allowed to open up. With the centre issuing guidelines for reopening of places of worship late on Thursday night, churches in Kerala and North India have welcomed the move. They have agreed to follow the guidelines and hope that worshippers will join in praying to find a cure for the pandemic.
हमारा देश एक आध्यात्मिक देश है, हम सभी आध्यात्मिक लोग हैं। इसी उपलक्ष्य में केंद्र सरकार द्वारा ये जो निर्णय लिया गया है कि सभी धार्मिक स्थल खोले जाएं, इसका हम स्वागत करते हैं। ये स्वागतायोग्य निर्णय है।
As per the guidelines of the Ministry of Home Affairs, social distancing norms and use of masks and sanitizers will be a must at all religious places from 8th of June, as people will be returning to the respective shrines which have been closed for over 2 months due to the COVID-19 induced lockdown. In charges and management of temples, mosques and gurudwaras in the city have said that preparations are underway to ensure all safety measures are in place as they throw open their doors for the devotees amidst the pandemic. Sanitization at these places has begun and the authorities are gearing up for visitors after 8th of June.
प्रशासन सरकार के द्वारा जारी जितने भी गाइडलाइंस हैं उनका पूरी तरह से पालन करेगा। जैसे हर एंट्री पॉइंट पर सैनिटाइजिंग की व्यवस्था होगी। हमारा प्रयास यही है कि जो एंट्री पॉइंट है उस पर हम जो है सैनिटाइजिंग टनल लगा रहे हैं, ताकि जो भी मंदिर में प्रवेश करे वो सैनिटाइज होकर जाए। और भक्तों से भी ये निवेदन करेंगे कि वो जब यहाँ हम दर्शन करने आएँ तो मास्क पहनकर आएँ, बड़े बुजुर्ग और बच्चों को साथ ना लाएं और मंदिर में चढ़ाने के लिए फूल और प्रसाद ना लेकर आएं, क्योंकि सरकार ने ये निर्देश किए हैं कि मंदिरों में कोई भी फूल प्रसाद नहीं चढ़ेगा। उसके बाद उचित दूरी बनाने के लिए 6 फीट की दूरी पर निशान लगाए जा रहे हैं, ताकि भक्त जो है एक उचित दूरी बनाकर रखें और सुचारू रूप से जो है मंदिर में दर्शन कर सकें।
And as part of Unlock 1, the Union government has also allowed shopping malls to resume operations from 8th of June. After being locked for more than 2 months, shopping malls will welcome shoppers while following the standard operating procedures. Entrance will have mandatory hygiene and thermal screening provisions. Only asymptomatic customers shall be allowed. Physical distancing of at least 6 feet to be followed as far as feasible. Adequate manpower shall be deployed by mall management for ensuring social distancing norms. Stores will restrict trials for makeup, shoes and perfumes. Use of trial rooms will also be restricted. The retail stores will have restricted customer entry depending upon their store size. Deep cleaning of all washrooms shall be ensured at regular intervals. Mall air conditioning to be between a minimum of 24 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, while humidity should be between 40 to 70%. Large congregations continue to remain prohibited. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar launched a brochure today outlining India's priorities for its forthcoming campaign to secure an elected seat at the UN Security Council at the elections slated for June 17th. India's priorities for its forthcoming campaign based on transparency, credibility, accountability and effectiveness to secure an elected seat at the UNSC. Dr. Jaishankar emphasized India's long-standing role as a voice of moderation, an advocate of dialogue and a proponent of international law. Speaking about the brochure, he said that India advocates dialogue, consultation and fairness in addressing global issues. He also highlighted India's approach to the new orientation for a multilateral reformed system.
I am releasing a brief document that sets out our approach to our candidature. It reflects, in Prime Minister's words, our 5S approach to the world. Samman, respect, Samvad, dialogue, Sahyog, cooperation, Shanti, peace, to create conditions for universal Samriddhi, prosperity. Through this approach, we seek to move towards a new orientation for a reformed multilateral system also known as norms.
The priorities paper sets out 5 key priorities for India: new opportunities for progress, an effective response to international terrorism, reforming the multilateral system, a comprehensive approach to international peace and security, promoting technology with the human touch as a driver of solutions. And the Supreme Court has sought a response from the Centre on a Public Interest Litigation. The graphics which are played on your screens. The Supreme Court seeks a cap on COVID-19 treatment in private hospitals. The petitioner has demanded for fixing an upper limit for COVID-19 treatment by private hospitals. The matter will be heard after a week. And up next, we'll take a look at the COVID-19 situation in India. So far, a total of 1,09,461 patients have been cured of COVID-19. The recovery rate improves amongst the patients. Presently, there are 1,10,960 active cases and all are under active medical supervision. ICMR has further ramped up testing capacity for detecting the novel coronavirus in infected persons. The number of government labs has been increased to 498 and private labs has been increased to 212. 1,39,485 samples were tested in the last 24 hours and the total number of samples tested so far is 42,42,718. Under the third phase of Vande Bharat mission, Air India will start accepting bookings for 75 additional flights from 5 p.m. today, that is in a short while from now. The third phase will start on June 9th and will last till June 30th. People willing to travel to the cities of US and Canada, including New York, Newark, Chicago, Washington, Vancouver and Toronto, can buy tickets from 5 p.m. today. The only condition that they must qualify rules set by the respective countries. Under the mission Vande Bharat, stranded Indians are being brought back while safe return of foreigners stranded in India is being facilitated. And Mission Vande Bharat, one of the biggest evacuation drives in the world, continues to bring back Indians from all over the world. Yesterday, 3,534 Indians returned from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, Kuwait, Muscat, Kiev, Mauritius, Dublin, Jeddah, Riyadh and Dammam. The total number of returnees included 45 infants. People returned to Kozhikode, Hyderabad, Kochi, Madurai, Jaipur and Delhi and Kolkata. An Indian Navy ship, INS Jalashwa, has commenced embarkation from Malé port today with approximately 700 Indian nationals who have been stranded owing to COVID-related travel restrictions under the second phase of Operation Samudra Setu. Earlier, passengers arrived at the Malé airport where immigration and medical checks were carried out before embarkation. Safety guidelines were being strictly adhered to and handling personnel have been provided with full safety gears. The ship is expected to reach Tuticorin by Sunday morning. The government today announced My Life, My Yoga video blog contest in the run-up to the 6th International Yoga Day on 21st of June. Now, this year's Yoga Day will be digital and there will not be any physical yoga event in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Rajesh Kotecha, Secretary Ayush Ministry, said that to participate in the contest, people need to share a 3-minute video of themselves practicing yoga on MyGov. They can also share the videos on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. The video can also have people telling benefits of yoga.
PowerPoint presentation, it focuses on the contest per se. The contest, as you are aware, as already mentioned, its name is My Life, My Yoga. This is an effort to understand the transformatory impact of yoga which is actually very, very relevant in the COVID-19 scenario. The contest, it nudges and encourages and motivates people to explore the transformatory impact of yoga and also to express it. It is being run, as already announced by ICCR and Ministry of Ayush. We have put it in 3 categories. In fact, it is 3 into 2, male and female separate, so total of 6 categories. Youth, as is internationally done, below 18 years, 1 category of youth, then above 18 years, adults, and yoga professionals. The ministry's social media handles are the prime platform for participation. As of now, we have opened up Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube will be opened up shortly. We have simplified it. Anyone who is on social media can just walk into the contest.
So upload your videos practicing yoga on My Life, My Yoga. That's it in this edition of the news this hour. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.